Check, check, check. Hey, hey, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? You'll see me soon. But let me know in the chat if you can hear me right now. And that would be wonderful. There's a little bit of a delay, but I see there's a few of you in here waiting for things to begin, which they will begin soon. Trust me. But I'm hoping that the audio sounds decent. Hopefully. I came in right during the guitar solo. I ruined it for everybody. But nonetheless, we will be starting all this in just a few, not even a few minutes. It's gonna be it's gonna be very, very soon. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. Oh, and hey, everybody, well, I'm getting all my stuff finalized on my side. How about you guys share this with everybody on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all those things. Trevor, I am not drunk, but I'm monitoring myself since this music's playing, and it's really throwing me off. It's like I'm harmonizing with myself. Very, very odd. But yeah, share this thing around. Bring your friends in, bring your family, bring your enemies, everybody. We'll be getting into this really soon. Hi, and we are live. We are almost did not connect the audio with that. That would have been absolutely horrendous because I would have been streaming with no sound, and you would have just seen my mouth, my face, all the kimchi goodness that you've come to expect and love without the audio side of things. That would have been weird. What a way to stream myself so many ways right now, by the way, guys. You have no idea. I've got this running over here, obviously on the computer. I've got my Switch here. It's so funny because I'm watching myself on my Switch just because I want to make sure that it looks okay, and hopefully it does. And I'm also streaming right now to Instagram. Hi, Instagram. We're only going to be doing that for just a little bit, and if you're watching on Instagram, I'm going to be ignoring you and paying attention to this camera. So come on over to the stream on YouTube. It's in the bio if you're on Instagram. But if you're on YouTube, you're in the place to be right now, and there are a few people all here, and that is so exciting. And you guys are already talking. Let's see what everybody's saying. We have Kiss Army General. He's ready. He was reading my little get ready. That's good. Welcome to Saber School from Kiss Army General. That's true. Welcome to Saber School. That's gonna play in the background here for a little bit. So that'll be fun, and it's going to play in a little bit, and, it's going to be really annoying by the end for me, or maybe you guys, but it's in the background almost more so to block noise. I'm just kind of playing that song on repeat, but that's a song from my band Night Sabers, who I've not been the most active with recently, but trust me, there's Night Sabers news coming. The guys that love Night Sabers, you guys, you're wonderful, and we're so happy always to have your support. Kiss Army General, yes, and he says he can hear me from all my chest there. I was just ignoring the chat pretty much. Hey, John Be Good. If you haven't checked out his channel, go check it out. He does a lot of Kiss covers and such on the acoustic guitar. He's really good at the Peter Criss songs. He Batman makeup, singing those songs. Wouldn't that be something? I don't know if he can play drums. Can you play drums? Can you play drums, John? I don't know. But let's see here. Trevor, I look drunk. Comment on that. I'm not drunk already, but we can fix that. Because it's Friday night, and we should have our drinks going, guys, right? It's always good. I've got the shot glass there ready. That'll come with time. Actually, I don't think I would stay on stream if I was like to that point, so who knows. But anyway, let's see here. Oh, we are getting chats from the Instagram as well, and it's funny because it's some of the same people. Ethan is on both. That's interesting. That's creepy, Ethan. What are you doing with your life? Trevor is on both. Yeah, Trevor's on both as well. We have Sebastian on the Instagram one. He's having a fight right now with another Kiss content creator. It's pretty funny. But let's see. Go back to the chat here. John Be Good. Does anyone know any of the details about Bob? That's a typo you put there. So sad. He kind of went out on a sour note. R.I.P. Bob. Yeah, we're definitely going to be discussing that very soon. I had planned already to do this stream before the news came out of the untimely passing of Mr. Bob Kulick, but we're definitely going to discuss that here. Melissa, Kimchi Chris, Melissa! I'm going to scream it right back at you. I can get really close to the mic because I have a mic now. How cool is that? And I'm going to get a mixer of some sort, and we can put reverb on my vocals and stuff. How cool will that be? There might be something in Streamlabs to do that. I don't know. Hopefully the stream looks one I've done using Streamlabs, which is different than normal OBS or different than going directly through YouTube. That's exciting. Let's see here. Melissa, she tells me I rock. You rock too, Melissa. Let's see, Kiss Army General. I'm doing nothing. That's why I'm here. Well, that's fair. And let's see here. Kiss Army General, just kidding. Sweet Bit Radio, they retracted a message. What did you type? What did you not want the world to know about? But hey, man, what's up? Hey, Sweet Bit Radio, what's up with you? What's up with you? And what's up with the Instagram people here? There's a few of you still watching there. Yeah, I'm excited to do a stream. I've been wanting to get back and do another stream ever since the first one, but I wasn't completely fine with the quality of that one. I know a lot of people were very nice. I know it's fine, Kimchi. What is wrong with you? But I was using my phone as the device to stream with, and I don't know, the audio bugged me. It really did bug me. And if you watch this one after the fact and watch that one side by side, you're going to see a difference because I've already tested out this microphone. And there's quite the difference. So the video, I don't know how different that'll be, but I do like this setup all around me. I'm in a TV, And over there on that side, on that side there, you can see all my social media. And if you have not followed, subscribe to me on all those things, definitely do it. And again, you people on Instagram, come over here to YouTube. I'm going to be leaving you guys soon. But nonetheless, Sweetbit Radio says, nothing much. Preparing the next episode of the podcast. You have a podcast? I need to investigate my my followers a little bit more about Sweetbit. What's it about? Is it about rock and roll? I'm assuming. Watch that be somebody that I know really well in real life. And that would really... and I'm very inconsistent with knowing who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about. But let's see. John B says, Mike sounds awesome. Thanks. That's good. That's good to hear. It's this... I don't want to... It's gonna sound weird if I like move it, but it's a Blue Yeti. Know anything about USB mics and online streaming stuff? It's the gold standard unless you want to spend like a lot of money, which you know, I wanted to keep on a budget. But nonetheless, you know, I wanted to keep on a budget. But you know, I did get a special drink for you guys tonight. I think that's important to talk about too. I've had this in my fridge for a long time. It's not very good from what I remember, but I thought that you guys would appreciate this. It's got a little sweaty from sitting here. I think I'm going to at some point get like a little cooler, believe it or not, to set next to me while I'm streaming, because there's going to be a lot of streaming in the future on this channel. A lot of streaming on this channel, and I'm starting Twitch soon. A soft announcement about that right there. And there'll be a more concrete announcement soon, but if you like Twitch... I'm going to be on Twitch. It's going to be awesome. I don't know what games we're going to be streaming initially yet, but I have some ideas. It just depends what I can get hooked up and going well through the Twitch app. But this beer here, how does that look? You recognize that guy on there? You recognize him? Well, we'll show it to Instagram as well. You recognize that guy? This is the Megadeth beer. Megadeth beer. Etout Le Monde. It's a 4.5 alcohol by volume. I think that's high. I don't know, for a beer. Not very good from what I remember. I had to open it with the Hello Kitty bottle opener there for you guys. And you know, it's fancy when it has a top like that, but it's not very good from what I remember. So cheers, guys. Cheers. It's Friday night. We can't go anywhere. Bars on. Cheers to each other. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. All right. Actually, that's it. It says dry hopped. Bottle. I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of info, but that's better than I remember it tasting. So that's a good sign. So I'll actually enjoy that a little bit tonight. And maybe I drank it when it was warm or something. I know that I got these at Dragon Con maybe last year or the year. Wow. Yeah, because Dragon Con's in September. Well, it used to be in September. I don't think we're going to see Dragon Con this year, unfortunately. But I know I've met a few of you at Dragon Con. Maybe I drank it in a bad way. I don't know. But Megadeth beer right now gets the seal of approval from me. Instagram, here it is. Fox Ferocious, hey! 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 If you're watching this on Instagram, and I see you there, John. He just said he's out. I'm talking to nobody. Come over to YouTube. All right, so we have some more people in the chat here, which is great. Let's see here. Do you listen to a band, Greta Van Fleet? I'm just not into them. I'm sorry. I'm old. I think everybody that likes them is like under a certain age demographic, and I'm past that age demographic. Let's see here. Oh yeah, about Kiss. Have you heard the newest Soul Station track? Sweetbit Radio asked that. You know, I did hear that this morning, and it's shadowed by the current event that somehow I'm kind of overshadowing, so we still aren't talking about it yet. But yeah, I heard it, and I thought it was really good. I thought it was great. Paul's vocals sound good on it. Those backing singers and the band he has are just like, they're fire. So I think everything that he's doing right now is dope on that. I'm excited. I, for one, am excited about a potential Soul Station record, especially a tour as well. I'd be very excited about that because he'd be in smaller venues and maybe more affordable, maybe, just maybe. And maybe we could even get guitars signed by him. Who knows? The sky's the limit. But it's going to be a while before he's at. So I heard it, but, you know, it is what it is. Hey, Will's in here. Truax MGT, or MTG. I always want to say MGT when I see your name, Will. He's a great content creator that plays Magic. That sounds weirder than it is. Like the card game. He plays it over on Twitch. He's also an avid... So you should check him out if you're into that. Also, he was in one of my videos on my Anime Was a Mistake channel, the side channel where I do anime content, and he ages of a lot of young anime girls really well, so he's good at that. Let's see, Melissa, cheers. Hey, Melissa, the Megadeth beer. Cheers to you. Boop. Let's see here, John. 4.5 isn't that high. You need to slam 4 of those. Yeah, well, I only have one. I have one left. It came in a 4-pack. But I have other drinks ready, and again, if I think you saw it, a bottle of soju here, and if I drank all this, it'd be a whole different situation going on right now. So that's something important to think about. Let's see, J Decay just giving me the horns. Cool. Let's see, Sweetbit Radio. I second that hype for the Soul Station album. Yeah, Soul Station is great. I don't care what anybody says. I love James Brown. I love Paul Stanley. I love all that stuff. So it's gonna be a good time. And let's see, we're still getting a little bit of action. Getting some thumbs up right back at you. Let's see. Will says that he has some terrible powers. He does, but if you guys are into Twitch, definitely check out Will's channel. If you're into magic, even more so. It's I don't know what's going on. You know, we could sit here all day and talk about deep, cringy, weird Kiss stuff, and he wouldn't know what's going on. It's kind of the same, but the place that we connect is our love for black metal. We saw Mayhem together. That was pretty cool. And we meant about what it would be like to go to the gathering of the Juggalos, which isn't happening this year. It's not happening. If there's one thing that's really sad, or one event that I'm the most sad about getting canceled, it has to be the gathering of the Juggalos. I mean, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Nobody else in their, I don't know, vicinity? I don't know. No one wants them in their presence. So I don't know what the Juggalos are. What are the Juggalos gonna do? What are the Juggalos gonna do? Speaking of Juggalos, guys, what are you doing with your lives? Give this thing a thumbs up right now so we can kind of push it up in the algorithm. We have a decent amount of people watching right now. I knew tonight was going to be I don't know, a hard to pull in, that's not, I can't think of the word. It was going to be a challenge. There you go. There's the word. That's the thing about going live. I'm used to editing all my stupidity out. So going live is interesting. I knew tonight would be a challenge because everybody's streaming on Fridays and Saturdays now, because that's the world we live in. And the first stream we did on a weekday, and that was about a month. It took a while to get well adjusted enough to do another one. But with that being said, I wanted to try a weekend one with just one day of hype, even less than that. I kind of just announced it earlier because I was using a lot more stuff, a lot of new stuff today, and I wasn't sure how I was going to go between the mic, camera, and all that stuff. So I didn't want to potentially ruin it, but give this video a thumbs up, guys. Give it a thumbs up. Need that to bring it up in the algorithm. It's not that hard to do. It doesn't cost you a dime, and it makes life so much better for all of you as well, because we need more people in here hanging out. But let's talk about that current event that was brought up earlier, and we kind of went over, and that is the passing of Bob Kulick. It's really sad. It's really sad. We're not here to be sad tonight, but nonetheless, it's a very sad thing. And, I think it's very unexpected. And it's weird to me, because anytime that I've met someone and they die, even if it's a famous person, it's weird to me. It's really weird. And I met him a couple years back at the Indianapolis Kiss Expo, as well as I kind of saw him in person at the Atlanta one. But because of all of the Vinnie Vincent fiasco, we didn't, interact really. But I met him, I talked to him, he was a really nice guy, really nice to me. I know I made that video talking about his crazy outbursts last year, and I don't regret that, because that stuff was entertaining and weird to talk about, but nonetheless, he was nice to me, seemed like a half-decent guy, and it was just very unexpected. We hadn't heard much from Bob in a while. Well, what about Bob, right? We hadn't heard much from Bob, and we still haven't really heard anything officially from the Bob Kulick camp. We've only heard from the Bruce Kulick camp. And it's really sad, Nobody has said the reason yet, of course, which is, obviously we don't know the reason right now. We don't know the reason. We don't know the rhyme. We don't know the reason. But nonetheless, what we do know is that we don't have Bob Kulick with us anymore. And that's a sad thing. That's a sad thing. And I don't know. I'm going to miss the guy, because he was always at Kiss Expos and stuff. If there was a fan event, there was a good chance he was going to be there. Now, I don't know how many we're going to, welcome him with open arms at this point, considering all of his, actually the ones that were ran like the Indianapolis one with a little bit of a interaction with the band and their crew and whatnot, their people, so to speak. But nonetheless, I think it's a sad thing. I'm going to make a full video about it, probably upload it tomorrow, kind of talk about it a little bit more. But I think we're all in shock. I really, really hope it's not due to, what's going on. I'm not going to say the word because it's not a good thing to say in a YouTube video because of the algorithm. But I really hope that it was because of natural causes. I really do. Because that would just be better, honestly, than the current situation taking him. Because it's taken some, it took John Prine, someone that, to be fair, I wasn't really a fan of, but it took him nonetheless. So this one's for you, Bob. Click. Horror Fan Dad, what's up, Metalhead? Hey, what's up, Horror Fan Dad? Good to see you there. Yeah, Melissa, I agree. R.I.P. Rest in peace, Bob. Tomorrow I'm going to, I think it'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll film a video, more so going in detail about it. I'll show off my Bob Kulick autograph CD that I got from him, as well as my autograph photo if I can find it. Sometimes those things, I don't necessarily lose them, but I just I stash them somewhere and I don't know where I put them. Kind of hard to find those things sometimes. But we still have Instagram going. This is longer than I meant for the Instagram stream to go. So let me close that out. I'm going to Instagram stream. So pause you guys on YouTube. Pause you for a second. Instagram. Hey, hi, Kimchi Chris here. There's a few of you watching. Want to continue this love affair and stream with me? Go over to YouTube. It's in the bio here on Instagram, on my Instagram. And we'll continue this. And we'll have some more fun. This is not over, but it's over here on Instagram because the way I have this tripod is bugging me for the rest of my computer screen. So, bye. We'll see you next time. Are you sure you want to end this? Yes. That's probably on the stream. Are you sure you want to share this? Let's just put it to IGTV for the time being. Yeah. So. That's longer than I meant for that to go. But nonetheless, well, we'll worry about that later. We don't need that right now. This tripod, we just throw it. It's a crappy tripod. That's part of the problem. It doesn't keep anything upright. It has an erectile dysfunction, apparently. So let's see here. John saying, I think if Bob would have had more of a hair metal look, Paul and Gene would have gave him a gig for the lead guitarist back in 1972. Well, here's the thing. A lot of guys that do the shaved head thing and everything, there might be a reason for that. I mean, he might have, some people go bald at 13 or something, and sometimes you just gotta call it like it is, And he could have wore a wig. Look at the guys now; they all wear wigs, so it's a thing that's perfectly okay to do. It's perfectly okay. But yeah, we'll do a full video on that soon. We'll do a full video on that very soon, as in tomorrow, hopefully, fingers crossed. You guys are getting this announced here, and if you're watching the stream after the fact, it's already up. It's already up. But let's have some more. Let's talk about more positive things tonight, just because it's a weird time, and I go into these things without much of a plan. I kind of want to start doing a plan on some of these down the road, maybe with a theme. I don't know. What do you guys think about doing a theme with these? Do you think there is something out there that's worth doing a theme with? What kind of theme would you like to see? Even more so, what would a good theme be for these videos? I'm curious. Should there be certain collectibles we talk about live? Reviews live. I could do that as well. I could do a lot of things, So whatever it is, let me know what you guys would like to see. But today or tonight, since we're just hanging out and kind of doing it kind of chill, I think that I'm going to show you guys some stuff that I got recently, because I did get some stuff, and it's cool stuff that I think you guys will appreciate. I'm just going to take a wild guess. I think you guys will appreciate it. So first up, pops. And these are going to look awful, I know, reflecting off of the camera or the light of the computer. But I'm so sorry, guys. But look at that. That Gene, how cool is that? How cool is it? It looks awful. That light reflecting off of it looks just awful. But I got Gene here. These are the new ones, not the old ones, the ones that are worth $600 for a set. I have that set, and I paid normal price for those. I even have the Chase Ace one. It's the more rare one. We got Paul here as well. Look at that. How cool is that? Got Paul Stanley. He looks like extra feminine on the package. I can't figure out how to point it. He looks extra feminine on the package there. I love the art on these things though. They're cool. We also got Ace. I refuse to say Spaceman or anything like that, but we got Ace. Kind of looks like Tommy a little more in the face though, so maybe I should say Tommy. I don't know. And we also got the Catman, aka Peter Criss, aka Eric. Got that there as well. So I think those are really cool. Got them at a pretty good deal, which is always fun. Let's see here. Michael loves my hat. Thanks, man. I have a new hat, actually. I have a custom-made one coming soon that I got Cosplay Senpai to make for me. They do some very interesting, cool stuff on their channel. They don't have a channel, actually. They have an Instagram. What am I talking about? But anyways, you'll see that hat sooner than later. Let's see. Horror Fan Dad. I thought Bob was in the video for Heaven's on Fire and loved the Gene Funko Pop. No, that's Mark St. John. Bob was never an official member of KISS. He was never an official member. He played on the studio side of Alive 2, of course. And he also played on Killers, the new studio tracks there. He played on Paul's solo record. He wrote Naked City as well with Gene off of Unmasked. What else? He did something on Creatures of the Night, I think. Maybe. Or maybe he was just around when Creatures of the Night happened. I don't know. I'm not enough of a KISS nerd to know, apparently. So, but yeah, those are the KISS Funko Pops. How cool are those? And then I got these because they were on sale. And they're cool, but they aren't as cool as the KISS ones. I got the Def Leppard ones. So we got Rick there. Looking pretty cool. The reason I think these aren't quite as great as the KISS ones is because these just kind of look like guys to a degree. I mean, Phil Collin there, shouldn't he be shirtless and oiled up like he always is? But still pretty cool. At least a little more muscular or something. You know, we're talking about Rick Allen. And Rick Allen is here, actually. I'm reading as I'm talking. But we have Rick, and you can see he's missing his arms. That's him. That's him. Then we got Vivian Campbell. How cool is that? That one's cool in general, just because Vivian's so cool. And then we have Mr. Joe Elliott, which, again, if you didn't know that was Joe Elliott necessarily, it kind of just looks like any guy with a mic. So these aren't quite as cool as the KISS ones, if I'm just completely honest. But they were a pretty good deal, and that alone made it worth the while to get them, because I like Def Leppard, and I have a feeling Monday we were getting told that the tour is either canceled or postponed. They said we're getting an announcement about the Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Poison, Joan Jett, Love-a-thon on Monday, June 1st. So, I don't know. I'm going to have some free time that day because I have a free time a lot of days right now, and I'll probably let you guys know my thoughts about that. Maybe that day. There's a lot of videos coming up soon. I might push the Bob Kulick one to Sunday just since I always do a video on Sunday. I don't know. There's a lot going on. We went from having nothing to talk about to there being a lot to talk about. And that's what these live streams are great for, because we can talk about everything at once for a little while. Cheers. We got those items, and those are really cool. And I think something's wrong. I think my chat is lagging behind. But nonetheless, we got those items. They were really cool. And I also got some records recently. I finally got some records in the mail. And they're not KISS related or Def Leppard, but they're pretty cool. We got the Ghost record for Pope Star there. It's the one that has a Square Hammer on it, the EP with Square Hammer, as well as some covers. And it's all right. I mean, the main reason I got this was to get free shipping on Amazon, because this lovely slab of vinyl, something like $7, I need to get free shipping. And this popped up under my things that I would enjoy. So I picked it up, and I thought, why not? Why not get another Ghost record? I've got most of their stuff. I'm working on it between CD and record. This was something I pre-ordered. And Somewhat Buddies band, Cybertronic Spree. Yeah, they are a band that dress as Transformers. They dress as Transformers, and this is them re-recording the Transformers 1986 movie soundtrack, hence the title, Transformers 1986. But I mean, they very much are Transformers. They're very much Transformers, and this guy right here is their drummer, Mr. Rumble, and he's really cool. And there's just the receipt inside. We'll get that out of the way. It's got a nice gatefold, nice little gatefold. And the vinyl on this thing is absolutely beautiful. It's amazing looking. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, man. Look at that. I'm showing it here, but I'm going to show it again probably on a vinyl pickup video just because why not? And with that, kind of getting again on the, get some bang for your buck from the same place I got the Dark Crystal soundtrack. How random is that? But it's pretty cool. It's also on beautiful vinyl. Absolutely beautiful. Just check this out, guys. Check this out. This is a good looking record. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. I'm going to have to show these, though, again in like a proper vinyl pickup video at some point because, that's what we do. Those videos, they always do just so-so on the channel, so I don't know. It might be a while before I get to one of those if I'm just, completely honest there. And, yeah. And let's see. Looks like Michael, you got to see Kiss and Def Leppard together? Was it that tour? That tour was awesome. That was that before or after the Motley Crue one? I can't remember. I think that was after it, right? Because we got two in a row. We got Kiss and Motley Crue one year and Kiss and Def Leppard one year. And that was really fun. And I remember after that, I got inspired to see Def Leppard again next time they came around because I don't see them necessarily every time they come to town. But the time after that, we got Def Leppard with Poison and Tesla. So not a lot different than the stadium tour that's about to get canceled or postponed. Half the bands. And it was a really good time. I remember Tesla were just kind of okay, in all honesty. And on the other hand, of course, Poison were just fun, and Def Leppard were great. But it was funny because the musicianship level of Def Leppard was just like definitely the strong there. But I also remember hating the Poison fans that night. I hated them so much. I had a very good ticket near the front, and the Poison fangirls, more so Bret Michaels fangirls, were just so annoying and so obnoxious and just waving their hands. They all had their phones like this the whole night. So, I mean, even being a tall guy, it was still in my way, in my train of sight. And then a lot of that stuff stopped when Def Leppard went on. So I know it was the Poison fans. I know it was the Bret Michaels fangirls. Michael says it was after. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Because, yeah, during that time, that was around when Motley Crue did their farewell tour, I think, around like after the Kiss one. So, yeah, which is kind of funny because it seems to be that's like the route that a lot of these bands go. They have to dumb down to co-headlining status, which, if you're good. And after that is when they do the farewell thing. But funny enough, as I said, I saw Tesla and Poison with Def Leppard. A couple summers before that, I remember seeing New York Dolls and Poison with Motley Crue. So these guys are just all homogenous, and it's whoever's available circling around, just trying to put some packages together. I know that Def Leppard tour with Poison has happened more than once too. So whenever this stadium tour happens, if it happens, it's not the first time they've toured together by any means. I bet they did that in the 80s at some point too. It's just the world we live in. You gotta do co-headlining things now unless you want to be on a smaller level. So it's just kind of how it goes. Let's see. Hey, David. Hey, Chris. How's it going? It's going great. How's it going with you, David? If you're just joining us, we're drinking Megadeth beer here because why not? That is not focusing at all, but you get the point. It's Megadeth beer. I hope all is well with you as well, David. And let's see. Horror Dad says, I saw Kiss and Motley Crue concert in 2012 in Connecticut. Okay, so that was the year. 2012. Did I say 2002? 2012. I don't know. It's a year. Wow. You know what's crazy to think about is that's not that far away from being 10 years ago. And it's crazy because I consider that to be somewhat like modern Kiss. The Kiss and Motley Crue tour, that's definitely like modern Kiss. And it was almost 10 years ago. How crazy is that? How crazy is that, guys? But nonetheless, time is just, time is what it is, and it's not going to go any slower. So, with all that being said, what would you guys like some of these streams down the line to be kind of themed around? I like this kind of Q&A and just kind of going for it, which is what we're doing tonight. There's no script, there's no rhyme, there's no reason. I would love to have some ideas for theme and things to tackle, things to tackle by the throat and go with. One thing I've thought about a stream where I go through my CD or vinyl collection and like just show it all to you and kind of give show and tell, but don't spend too long on any one thing, because I would love to show those collections off, but doing it as a full-fledged video with editing and upload time and all that other stuff, it seems daunting, honestly. It does not seem fun, simply for the fact that it would just take so long. It would take so long. That would be a project that I could do so many other videos and write so many songs and do so many other things, but if I did it on stream, I wouldn't have to edit and it'd already be uploaded and it would just be a thing. And it'd be really fun to kind of go down memory lane with that. So I'm really thinking that I think it would actually be easier to do the CD, because the vinyl, if we do the vinyl collection, it's going to take forever because you want to see all the variants and the different colors and things like that. And yeah, that's cool. It'll take forever. And you got to be so much more careful with the records when you're carrying them and things like that. So doing the CD collection, while at face value might seem a little bit more boring, so I'm just kind of showing the cover and moving on, it might have, I don't know, more of an ability. There might be more of an ability there to do it. It might be easier to do, because that's something I've thought about, because that would be a series that even doing it on live stream, it would probably take from 6 to 12 live streams to get through all of it. I have a lot of CDs, and I'd probably still leave some out. They're everywhere. They're just taking this place over. They're taking this place over. So that would be a fun thing to do. We could also do the same thing, maybe concert and live DVDs or something. I still need to do part 2 to my. I just thought of that when I said that. I did part 1 forever ago and never did part 2. I'll do that soon. There's a lot of ideas. Ideas are just flowing right now, guys. When you're on live stream, your channel and the content and life, it all flows. It all flows. So let's see here. Kiss Army General Ethan. I've only seen Kiss last year, but now with a postponement, I can save up for Kiss and DLR. David Lee Roth. Yes, you should do that. You should save up, because I think that everything with Kiss is just going to get pushed back by a year-ish. Here's the thing. We aren't here to talk about the situation, but these people that think it's going to be taken care of in a month from now, well, those were the same people that thought it was going to last 30 days to begin with. And I gotta be honest, when all this started, in the beginning, I didn't think it was as bad as it was. I even have a video on here talking about that. But as soon as we got a handle on what's going on, it's a lot worse, I understand. And I hate to say this, but a lot of the promoters and things are saying that shows might not return until late 2021. And yeah, I'm with them on that, because of all these people that aren't wearing masks and aren't staying at their house and aren't taking the right precautions right now. We're flattening. I don't want to get too political here, okay? I really don't. But we're flattening the curve right now, and things are going okay. But there's going to be a resurgence again. If we really open up all these states like they're saying, I think it's going to be, it's gonna go up again, just so all these bachelorette parties can come to Nashville and be stupid. Thanks. All the people like myself and probably a lot of you good people that are doing what you should are going to get punished for it too, because when they say late 2021 might be in a place where we're going to have shows returning to level, I think it might even be longer. I hate to say that. I don't know when it will be, because I think people are going to be scared to leave their houses even when they can leave their houses, myself included, and it's a weird place. It's a weird thing, but nonetheless, not to get off on that tangent, Ethan, I think it's a very good idea to save so you can get Kiss tickets and see him with David Lee Roth. Which show were you thinking about? Maybe the one in Ohio? I don't know. I think you live somewhere around there. I was thinking about that one. I almost bought tickets for it. I can't remember where it is in Ohio, but it's not too bad of a drive for me. I think it's 5 or 6 hours. And initially it was supposed to be in September. I was thinking about that one, and then all this happened. I don't have a ticket, so it's fine. But now I'm not going to buy a ticket because it's going to get moved. I was also thinking about the Atlanta one, and then funny enough, the original version of that one, it was going to be taking place a day after Dragon Con, which you would think would be great because I'm already in Atlanta. But the problem is I always go to Dragon Con with a group of people because I play there with my band Night Sabers and whatnot. So I don't think I could keep all of them in Atlanta for an extra, essentially 2 days, actually, because you'd probably end up spending the night that night because Dragon Con just exhausts you. And so you're not going to drive back after Kiss and David Lee Roth after Dragon Con. So, unless I can find a way to get home after that, that'd be cool. But that's not gonna happen now because Dragon Con's gonna get canceled, I'm sure, for the year, and Kiss will get postponed. So maybe they won't be side by side anymore. Let's see here. Going back to the chat, I enjoy your tour shirt thing from David, but it isn't fun. Then don't. Oh yeah. No, I'm definitely doing the rest of the shirts one. That's actually where I got the idea to do possibly the CD and vinyl collection. Even that had always been in the back of my mind. But the shirt one is fun because it's quick and easy to a degree, because you're just kind of holding up the shirt and you're talking about memories from a show, and that's fun. That's really fun. It's more so the vinyl ones are just they're hard. They're hard because with shirts too, you can just like throw them around and but with vinyl you gotta be so nice with it. I've thought about selling my vinyl collection and completely getting out of vinyl collecting more than once because sometimes I get records and I'm just like not as nice with them as I should be. Even though I'm a collector, I'm not as nice as some of these guys are out there. Some of them get real crazy. You can tell some of the crazy ones that are the vendors at these like record shows and Comic-Con type things. Because you'll be going through their records and you like move one and they like freak out and move it back and it's kind of serious. They're like the fat comic guy on The Simpsons. You know what I'm talking about. They're like that guy, except about records, about the vinyl. They're like that about the vinyl. But I don't think I'd want to get rid of them. I'd keep the Kiss ones. That would be the worst part if I sold my vinyl collection. Is that my Kiss stuff is the most valuable stuff. By far, I'm pretty sure. I have some expensive records from some other bands, but the Kiss stuff, collectively speaking, plus I have some stuff I've spent some money on. I have some stuff I've gotten at great deals as well. But nonetheless, I would not want to sell that stuff because I'm a Kiss collector, even if I wasn't a vinyl collector. I had Kiss records before I had a record player and before I ever intended to have a record player because I'm from the generation, of course, that I started out with cassette tapes, which I hate. I think they're an awful format for the most part. I have a few of them, but I think they're a bad format. And I started out with those because they were cheaper. I'm not saying I wasn't there during the prime, but my parents didn't trust me with CDs and whatnot, I'm guessing. And that's how old I am. Those cassettes were still a thing, but they were the cheap thing. They were on the way out by far. It was hard to get new music on them. And I eventually ended up selling all my cassettes except for my Kiss ones. I kept my Kiss ones. We don't get rid of Kiss stuff. We're Kiss fans. We're crazy. But now I've acquired a few more cassettes, and I occasionally would not be opposed to picking something up, but core by any stretch of the imagination because I don't care about cassettes. I don't even have anything to play them on. Where was this going though? I don't know where I went off on a tangent there for a little bit. That's what these live streams are great for, is that I can talk forever because I like to talk forever about nothing sometimes, and it's really fun. It's really fun to do that. So let's see here. Let's get back to the chat. I've missed some. Let's see here. Michael says, just random talk is fun. Maybe have people watching tell you their history as music fans. Well, Michael, tell me some history about you as a music fan, and we'll talk about it. Everybody here, tell me about your history. One thing I've also to do in here. One thing I do want to do at some point, I think it'd be cool to have some guests on here, but I don't even know. I honestly don't know the tech behind that right now. I'm sure it's not that hard. I'm sure it's something like you connect with Zoom or Skype or something, and then you screen capture over to this screen that we're in right now. I'm sure that's something like that. But the thing that I'm not sure about is the audio side of things. I've got to figure that out. I might do some tests with some friends. But I have some people in my network that I think could be very interesting to have on a stream. And I also want to do some more collab videos. I still haven't really done too many of those here, as in I haven't done any of them here. But I've done a few on my Anime Was a Mistake channel. It's funny, because I have a lot of friends that are getting into like streaming and content creation and things like that. And we all want to help bring everybody up. We was up, But the problem is we're all stuck in our houses right now. So if we can find a way to work around that, that'd be fun. And things are a little bit more normal. I just have people over. I mean, this isn't a huge space here, but I could expand this TV. I can expand it. I can take all this crap off the screen if I really want to, but I think it looks cool with all the crap on here. Little GIF, little Ranma over there. You guys see little Ranma with her red head just peeking out from the TV. I love that. We got Paul Stanley with the explosions behind him. I love all of that. It's great. I think the presentation is cool. And hey, if you're somehow new around here and you somehow stumbled across this, pay attention to the social medias. They're over. Wait, they're over. I'm so bad at this. Over there, yeah, over here. Go Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. Nobody really interacts with me on Facebook. It's a wasteland over there. So if you like me on Facebook, that's cool. But Instagram is fun. Have a lot of fun on Instagram. Twitter's fun. And of course, I'm going to tell you guys all about my Twitch channel when I started. But that's a little bit. It's a little bit away still. So let's see. Back to the chat here. How about so Haradad says, how about some trivia, metal and rock music of 80s and 90s live stream? That would be cool. I would need some things to give away though, probably. I guess I could give stuff away around my house. I could give things away that are sitting around, except I don't really want to do that. But I could let's see, I could give this away. This is just setting here. This is the kind of house I live in, guys. I just like have like Ace next to me at all times. Actually, how Ace was dressed, you missed how he was dressed though. He had the captain hat on. That's not really gonna set here too much, but that's kind of how he was positioned because Ace is the captain here. I could give that away. What else could I give away? I could give away like this give away this like Lum figure. Give away Lum. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get rid of her. Everybody needs a sexy Lum figure in their life, right? Ignore the other aspects of her character. So let's see. But no, Rock and Metal Trivia would be cool. I don't know as much as you might think I would know of Rock and Metal Trivia, so I'd have to look it up. I'd have to get a book and educate myself. That'd be fun, though. That would be fun, right? And that might be a good idea, Horror Dad. I like that. Let's see. David R. Michael's idea sounds interesting. Well, I've asked already for you guys to share. You know, you guys, there's some long responses in here. I bet some people are starting to share their history, so we're going to get to that. But I'm reading everybody's. That's one thing I do like to do on stream. Unless this channel ever gets so big that there's like hundreds or thousands of people in each stream, which would be amazing and I would love. I'm going to make it a tradition where I read everybody's comments, unless they're like hateful or something. But you guys are a good pack of people. The community that I'm fostering here and that you guys are fostering, because it's as much you as it is me, we're doing a really good job on being positive. I know I've had some videos to say in the past, but I'm trying to stay as positive as possible. But I also like to point out things that are crazy in the world. So sometimes there's crazy things in the KISS world that we have to talk about. But nonetheless, let's see here. John says, do a live stream of your most rare vinyl. Ooh, that'd be fun. That would be a cool one too. But again, the vinyl stuff, I don't know. It's just like, vinyl's so inconvenient. I hate to say that. As someone that collects it, spends a lot of time and money on it, it's so inconvenient. So inconvenient. Why does it have to be so inconvenient? CDs are great because they're small, but records are so much cooler. But I don't know, a rare vinyl collection, that would be cool. That'd be cool. I have one. Like you see, there's 45s behind me here. There's 40. How about this? This might be fun. I'm just gonna reach in and grab something random, unfiltered. This could be something I want to keep hidden. You know, I don't really believe in guilty pleasures though. So I'm gonna do this right now. I'm not looking. I'm gonna look down. Everything's in alphabetical order, but you know, let's see what we got. Oh, what did we get? Hey, we got a punk rock 45. How about that? Double Negative. This is a hardcore band from, I want to say, like early to mid 2000s, I want to say. If you're into hardcore, they kind of sound like typical, just straightforward hardcore from that time with breakdowns and all. And this record has really cool fold-out sleeve, has like pictures, there's stuff there. And the record itself, I think, is on a colored vinyl. Yeah, it is. It doesn't really have a label. It's completely see-through. This isn't that rare. So if you're asking for rare vinyl, that's not the case at all. That might be a fun thing to do on each stream, though. Just like reach back and grab some 45s there and just show them off to some people. You know, that might be a fun thing. But the problem is, I'd probably grab some of the same stuff, but it's not necessarily always the same viewers on here, so that's fine. Let's do that again. I wonder if I can get something. I doubt anybody on here knows Double Negative too much, just knowing this is not really like the fan base for that. But let's grab something again. Maybe I can get something that'll be interesting to you guys a little bit more. Even though that one looked cool, so you know. Let's see. What did I get? Oh, you are not going to believe this. I don't have that many KISS 45s, believe it or not. That's something that's kind of small in my collection. Out the Tears Are Falling 45. There's nothing that interesting about this one, I know. It's got the back cover there. Don't hate me that I keep my... as opposed to pulling them out. Some people get really mad about that. But there's nothing that interesting there. Not that rare, but a good random choice. I think that's something cool. I might start doing that on each stream. Just reaching back there and grabbing a 45. I need to get those things in boxes as opposed to that dust gets on the top. But that's unfair. There's all kinds of KISS stuff. Let's do one more. We're gonna do 3 of them. Maybe we'll do one later. But we're gonna do 3. Let's see. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Hey, here's another one that's awesome. This one, funny enough, has the record behind it. I just said I don't always do that. We have Billy Idol, Flesh for Fantasy. And we got Billy and Stevens there looking about as amazing as possible. Look at that. Look at that. And the record itself, kind of boring. Nothing too interesting. But nonetheless, Billy Idol. I love Billy Idol so much. So much. I got to see him a couple years back for the first time. It's not fitting. We'll just put it over there and worry about it later. Got to see him for his first time. Got to see him again, and then I got to see him like 2 years later, and it was incredible. We played at the Ryman Auditorium the first time, which is a small theater in Nashville, and holds 2,200 people, and I was very close. That man ripped his shirt off like 17 times throughout the show and just threw it at the women in the crowd. They were just frothing at the lip for a little Billy Idol on their night. That guy's in shape for his age. And then like 2 years later, he played at this place called The Woods at Fontenelle. I think that's the right name. Something like that. It's a little bit on the outskirts of town. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's a dump. It's a big amphitheater. But the show was great, and the stage was good since they brought their own equipment in. That place is a dump. I've been there twice, and it sucks. I don't think it's a venue anymore. And if it was, I'm going to take a wild guess. It might not be after all of the things that are happening right now because they didn't have a lot of shows. But that whole Fontenelle area is like a kind of ritzy area out there. So, it might survive actually because there's a lot of money out there. Let's see here. So I've ignored chat for a little bit. And there's quite a few things here. Let's see here. Michael Grove says, the Ohio show was in Dayton. I was going to go. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about Kiss and David Lee Roth currently. That was something we were talking about a while ago. Yeah, Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, Michael, I could have seen you there because that was the one I was considering. I was thinking about doing a me trip and just maybe getting a hotel somewhere for the night, hanging out in Ohio for a day in Dayton. Have you been to Dayton? Do you live in Dayton, Michael? What's cool there? If this gets rescheduled, what should I do while I'm in Dayton? What should I do? Because I'll go because I know that show wasn't selling particularly great, so I'm sure I can still get a ticket, when the show happens in 2027. Let's see here. So Kiss Army General Ethan says, yeah, the one in Ohio, that's the one you were considering going to. It's the closest concert to me. Plus, why go any further than 2 hours for a concert? Wow, having it only be a 2-hour drive is nice, though. That's cool. That's so great, too, to hear the younger kids still going to shows with their parents, to the Kiss shows. And I really mean that, because my first 3 Kiss shows I went to with my parents when I was younger. I was younger than you, Ethan. But I was a little guy. I was about this big. I was small. I was bite-sized. And then after that, the next 2 I went to with my mom, I think. It was the Aerosmith tour right after the farewell tour, and then the one with Poison right after that, Rock the Nation. I went with those to her. And I know Live 35, we went to Birmingham, my mom and I did, and saw them as well. And then she went to see them on the end of the road in Nashville, but we sat in separate areas and kind of hung out with different people. But she likes Kiss. You guys remember that from the Mother's Day video. She's been brought up a lot recently. So if she ends up watching this, she knows who she is. Let's see here. Though, back to the chat. Let's see here. John says, how about 8-tracks? LOL. I'm actually going to start collecting Kiss 8-tracks. I think I have 4 Kiss 8-tracks. I think I have 4. That'd be a very boring video. Just be like, here it is, bye. I just don't have a lot of them. That's a rare thing to get into collecting. They're pressing them occasionally again, too. A couple years back, Cheap Trick seemed to start that trend with their album. Was it the latest? Was that the one they put out on 8-track? And then they boasted it was the best-selling 8-track of the year because it's the only 8-track. But I know Ghost has put some stuff out on 8-track, as well as cool, like traditional metal band with a female vocalist. And a lot of cool costumes and stuff on stage. They put out an 8-track recently. I think it was like $30. I considered buying it just because of the novelty of it, but I didn't. I didn't buy it. I think it was pre-order. I think it's sold out now. Let's see. What does Michael have to say? I have a fun backstory. So Michael, I'm ready for this backstory. I have a fun backstory with being a Kiss fan. When I was 7, aren't you young, Michael? Aren't you? I don't know. I might be remembering the wrong person here. He wasn't that young. Was that yesterday? When I was 7, my dad was trying to out a baby tooth. Oh, okay, like pull out a baby tooth. And put the God of Thunder music video on MTV. And that got me to not move. And since then, been a fan. Oh, so he was trying to remove the tooth for the Tooth Fairy. Yeah, the Tooth Fairy and God of Thunder. That's great. What do you know what it was? Like now? Like, was it like a live video? Because there's a big video for God of Thunder. Was it a live one? Was it the MTV Unplugged, perhaps? Where they do the kind of country version, and Gene makes fun of Nashville. I'm on to you, Gene. Which version was it, though? Was it like something from the 70s? Was it something more current? What was it? Maybe it was the symphony. Let's see. David says to have Ace by your side. Hey, talking about the plush. I'm so far behind on these. It's always good to have Ace by your side. Old school Ace. Well, it's too bad that Ace. Well, it's not too bad that Ace doesn't drink anymore. But if Ace did drink, with how many bands make beers, and I think they would be frothing at the lip to get an Ace Frehley beer out there. An Ace Frehley beer out there. You could call it the Rock Soldier. The song about not drinking, or call it the Parasite. I just had an idea, guys. I'm not going to tell it to you, but I'm making a mental note of it. You guys, you inspired something in me just now by me talking. Let's see here. David also says, check you later, my friend. Stay healthy. You're probably already gone, David. I'm so behind on these, but see ya. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see here. Kiss Army General Ethan. I just keep saying Ethan after that. Guys, General here in the conversation. Click on his channel. It's a smaller one. Give him a sub. This guy named Ethan. He's cool. And let's see here. He says, essentially, my brother was out with friends, so I snuck into his room and accidentally found Shout at the Devil. That's a good start. I put it on, and I was hooked. I naturally fell into liking Kiss. Then I got obsessed. That's a good story. Motley Crue, just like Kiss, they are a band that will always get young kids into music. When you see the visual music, especially Shout at the Devil. And do you remember if that was the Pentagram cover or the one with the guys on it? Because here's the thing, a point across with the Pentagram cover. Get what I said? The point across, get it? I'll stop now. But nonetheless, boring compared to the one with the guys on it when they kind of put out the remastered CD or the redone one or the, I don't know, more commercially viable one, because the guys just look so crazy on it. They look like Mad Max Road Warriors or something. So that's exciting. And that's cool though. Getting into it with Motley Crue, that's awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for little you that got into rock music through Motley Crue. Music in general, perhaps. Maybe that's what got you into music in general. It sounds like, and because with me, I have a backstory with music, and I'm not going to share it on here because I want to make a video about it at some point, and I don't want to ruin that. I have a backstory, but it involves Kiss. It involves Kiss for sure. And over time, you guys are going to learn everything about my childhood because it's all related to Kiss. That's the one constant in my life. Fun fact, I was really planning this year to get a Kiss tattoo. I was planning on that. And it was probably going to be a Paul Stanley one, just to be 100% honest, 100% fair. And I was really kind of like getting ready for it. And then all this happened, so I don't know. I don't really want to go to a tattoo parlor right now. I'm sure they're probably the cleanest places in the world, honestly, with all the health regulations. But it's just going to get delayed a little bit more. Because I remember I wanted it at my last Kiss show, be it like something like that Ohio one, or the actual last Kiss show, since I'm not sure if I'll make it to that or not. But nonetheless, I wanted it at my last Kiss thing. So, we'll see. We'll see if that happens. I want to get a Paul Stanley tattoo, though. He means so much to me. Kiss Army General also said, and before that, I fell in love with the Beatles music at the age of 7. Okay, well, I contradicted myself saying that Motley Crue might have been your first musical love. Here's the thing. And this is no put down to anybody that likes the Beatles, but I've just, they were never my thing. That is a loud truck or car or motorcycle outside. Can you guys hear that? But they were never my thing. I obviously recognize the excellence and the fact that they did what they did when they did it, but they've never been my thing necessarily. But that doesn't mean that I don't listen to the Beatles on the occasion. I don't own some Beatles. I think they're one of those bands, though, like, I know Led Zeppelin's a great band, and I love Led Zeppelin. I know it makes people mad with what I'm about to say, but I've heard those songs so much in my life that they just don't have the same magic to me as something like Kiss or something. And the reason for that is that I've always heard them with ways that, like, I didn't necessarily choose to hear them. Because, you go on the classic rock radio station, and they're basically playing Zeppelin 1 through 4 at any given time. The entire records, every 10 seconds. And, they're great songs, they're great records, but I think the Led Zeppelin and the Beatles kind of have the same effect. But funny enough, I always felt that way about Jimi Hendrix, but then I kind of went more into the catalog, and I love Jimi Hendrix, so I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm a guitarist. I don't know. Let's see. Melissa says, nice, Kiss 45. Yeah, that's delayed. This chat I'm not paying as much attention to as I should, but I'm dedicated to read all of your chats. So I can give you all shout outs. And by the way, if anybody, people don't like this. People streams usually, but I'm going to say throw it out the window. If you got something to promote, if you have something you want to promote, a YouTube channel, a band perhaps, a brand, your Instagram account, something, I don't know. Throw it in there. YouTube might flag it immediately. Sometimes it does that, but throw it in there and we'll talk about it. Nonetheless, Melissa also says, Billy Idol is awesome. Saw him in concert a few times myself. Yeah, you know what's up, Melissa. With your name being Melissa, I just assume you're female. And I don't know. Maybe you're a guy named Melissa. Maybe you're non-binary. I don't really know. But either way, guy, girl, neither, polyamorous, whatever. Billy Idol gets him going. You know that. You know that if you saw him live. The sweat off of that man. Let's see here. P. Cumo? CMO? I don't know how to say that. What's an artist people would be surprised you like? Ooh. There's one on my mind. Right now. There's one on my mind, and I don't have everything from this artist. I'm trying to think. Where the records are right over there. Maybe I could grab some. Well, I've been showing and telling a lot of records tonight, right? Let's grab some records. Let's see here. I'm still here, guys. You probably hear me in the background. I could have put a pause screen up because I have the ability to do that now, but I did not. All right, so we're back. How quick was that? All right, so here to answer your question, P. I could say Prince, but people usually aren't too surprised by that because Prince is amazing. But new Lady Gaga record came out today, and it's phenomenal, and I love Lady Gaga. Look at that. You don't see Lady Gaga on vinyl too much, but there she is. Look at that picture disc for the Fame Monster. How cool is that? And the single for, what is this? Is this Born This Way? Yeah, single for Born This Way. How cool is that? You guys probably don't care about her. That's why I'm doing these kind of quick. The remix vinyl. I love Lady Gaga. So to answer your question, there's somebody. I'm also really into K-pop. Talked about that on here before. So, of course, on the new Lady Gaga record today, her song with Blackpink was everything and more that I needed it to be in my life. But there's something to kind of answer your question. I like a lot of music people might be surprised by, though. I like a lot. I like hip-hop okay, but they're like my favorite. But, I mean, it's kind of trendy to like the Wu-Tang Clan. I know that. But nonetheless, I really like them. So there you go to answer your question. And we could get deeper on that. Maybe I'll make a whole video on that of bands you wouldn't expect me to like. All of my bands I've been in somehow, too, have covered Lady Gaga songs. That's a weird thing. But I feel like I've covered so much of her music. I know her music so well at this point. So let's see here. Michael says, a lot of vinyl shops and toy shops. Great food also. Okay, so we're talking about Ohio. Back to Ohio. Cool. If I come there for the show, you'll need to give me specifics of which ones to go to specifically. Let's see here. Michael Groves. Hold on. Melissa. Wait, where am I going? I can't read. Melissa. Oh my God. I have Kiss 8 tracks. Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. There's a few of those that are worth a lot of money. Look up what you have on eBay and look at the details. I know, like, Music from the Elder, I think, is worth a lot because it didn't sell very well. And then, like, I think on the 8 tracks, I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me if they know it that's in here right now. There's something like Asylum or Animalize, maybe Smashes, something that's, like, really late in the life cycle of 8 tracks was put out in 8 tracks, and that one's, like, worth a whole lot. Might be look it up. I don't know. But there's something like that. One of the later, not really later years, but, later than the 70s. Let's see here. Michael Grove says, it was from Alive 2. I think he's talking about being pacified to get his tooth removed when he was a little baby with God of Thunder playing. So, cool. Good to know. That's a good version of the song with just like Peter's little drum solo. Let's see. Kiss Army General. It was the Pentagram cover. Okay, so earlier we were talking about the Motley Crue Shout the Devil album cover, and Kiss Army General was talking about how his whole life was changed with Shout the Devil. And he says it was the Pentagram cover. I opened up the gatefold, and as a 10-year-old boy who had only seen the Beatles before that, I thought, I must listen to this. I turned off the lights and listened. See, the visuals of Motley Crue during Shout at the Devil and Too Fast for Love, and even to a degree, Theater of Pain. It's undeniable. They still look cool during Girls, Girls, Girls and Dr. Feelgood, but they looked a little more like normal rock stars, if that makes sense, which means they still look cool, but, you know, they looked great during that time. I don't know, and, you know, it's funny, too, because, like, I want to meet Vince Neil just to have him sign one of those records, you know, just the before and the after of it. It's funny to me. It's funny to me, you know, but nonetheless, it's a great record. So PCMO says, have you watched The Decline of Western Civilization 2, The Metal Years? I haven't watched it in a long time, but I remember it fondly. I remember that scene with the guys at, who was it? The guy from Wasp that's like in his mom's pool and like dying on screen. I remember that scene. It was just so funny. Is his last name Holmes or something like that? I don't know. I don't know what it was, but what his name is. But it's the guy from Wasp, the guitarist that's not there anymore. The guy that kind of went viral a little bit a couple of years back for some of his like low quality music videos. I'm pretty sure that's the same guy. But The Decline of Western Civilization, both parts. Is there a third? I think there's a third as well. But both parts, they're on Blu-ray now. I want to get those Blu-rays because they look really cool. They look really cool. I think they'd be a good thing to pick up. I love Blu-rays. Streaming is convenient, but I love Blu-rays. They're so fancy. They look so nice. And I think the only reason I don't love streaming is because my internet sometimes kind of sucks. I'm kind of surprised these streams like function as well as they do. I know my face like freezes sometimes. Like that. Wouldn't that have been a convenient place for the video to freeze? But nonetheless, for the most part, they do okay. But I don't know, and I don't like the idea that just things can go away, so I love Blu-rays. But the Decline of Western Civilization, I need to get those on Blu-ray. I don't own them. Need to get them on Blu-ray. Let's see here. Kiss Army General 2 PC mode. The movie is awesome. I love it. Yes, you should love it. Let's see. Metal Maniac to Kiss Army General. He's saying, promoting besides my music channel, Metal Maniac. Haven't done a video in a year, but the return is coming soon. All right. Is that you as well, Ethan? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I'm very confused as to who Metal Maniac is, but go check out Metal Maniac's channel. He's in the chat right now, or she's in the chat. They're in the chat. I don't know who's in the chat. Somebody's in the chat that's named Metal Maniac. Metal is accepting of all. Melissa, why is I'm talking about that? She just wanted me to know that she has some smiley emojis. I'm so glad that you're all woman, Melissa. But you know that just confirms things. You know, Alice Cooper though is a man, so you never know. You never know. Hey, the Jasons are in here. You guys know the Jasons? You should know the Jasons if you don't know the Jasons. They are phenomenal. They're a punk rock and roll band that have so many Kiss references, and they all dress as Jason Voorhees. And it's funny because I mentioned them in one of my videos, and now it seems like they follow me or they're stalking me. And they are Jason. That makes sense. I should be a little scared of them. But nonetheless, the Jasons are amazing. Their newest record, Blood in the Streets, you should go check it out. It's great. It's great. It has so many throwbacks, and they are obsessed with the Ramones and Kiss and Stryper. And I like all those things in the Ramones, and I really like Stryper. All the Stryper guys live in Nashville now. That's a weird thing. They're all my neighbors. A couple years back, there was a Stryper convention in Nashville. That's right, like kind of like a Comic Con or a horror convention or a Kiss Expo or an anime con, but it was Stryper. What a weird thing. It was expensive to get into. They were hosting it themselves, kind of like when Kiss did the Kiss Expos. And, you know, it was funny because we wanted to go to it just because, like, we couldn't imagine what the crowd would be like at a Stryper convention. Even though we like the band. I like the band. There's no put down to them, but I can't imagine what a crowd would be like at a Stryper convention. Maybe we should make our own Stryper convention and have the Jasons headline it with a Stryper cover set, and we can do, you know, like the Black and Yellow Attack or something in its entirety, and then my band Night Sabers can also do a Stryper cover set. We can do one of the other records. That'd be amazing. A Stryper convention starring the Jasons and Night Sabers. Get on it, somebody that has the power to make that happen. Be in the chat. Let's see here. Kiss Army General. Hold on. I've skipped some people. Ethan, Kiss Army General, this is my music channel. Ethan, you're on all of your channels at once. What are you doing? But that's good for my numbers probably, so I'm okay with it. John, be good. Okay, I had 8 Budweisers since this live stream started. Time for some chili dogs and time for bed. Great live stream, Kimchi. Catch you again soon. See ya, John. You're probably not seeing this if you're gone, but if you're watching it after the fact. 8 Budweisers in 8 buds in an hour. That's impressive. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You should make a video now. You're probably not seeing all this because you're gone. Kiss Army General. That was Chris Holmes from Wasp in the Decline of Western Civilization. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I love him. I love that clip. Absolutely love that clip. Let's see. PCMO Decline 3 is about 90s crust punk bands. It's actually really sad and didn't come out until the 3-pack in 2015. Okay, so there is a 3-part version of that. It's like a 3-part harmony. Wow, it's about crust punk and it's sad. Oh my god, I want to see that now. I want to see that. If you guys want to see a documentary that'll make you sad, you need to look up Mad Tiger. I don't know if it's still on Netflix or not, but Mad Tiger is... It's about my friends in P-Lander Z. They're this all Japanese punk rock, amazing superhero band. They wear costumes. They have an interactive show. They knock out their singer, throw them into bowling pins while they give their instruments to the audience. There's a documentary about them. It's a little sad. Go watch it. Go see Mad Tiger. Mad Tiger, Mad Tiger. But Kengo and everyone are really good friends. I felt bad watching it because of it being a little bit sad, but they're still doing well, so it's okay. Let's see here. Melissa said Chris Holmes was the guy. I think he was married to Lita Ford. Really? He was married to Lita Ford? She went from Nikki Sixx to that loser? That's just depressing. When I met Lita Ford, she was super cool though. So, she plainly moved on with her life. Super cool. Love Lita Ford. Love her so much. Runaways are amazing. And Lita's solo stuff is amazing too. You can't sleep on that. Let's see here. Chris Holmes again. Clutch is letting me know. Hey, Clutch, I see you in so many videos. I don't know if I've seen you tonight. So, hey, what's going on? Clutch 2827, 2827. I don't know how you want to be phrased or how you want to be referenced there. The whole pool scene was set up and it wasn't vodka in the bottle, at least according to Lita Ford. Well, he seemed pretty drunk and it's a pretty good scene. So even if it's fake, I'm okay with it. A lot of rock and roll is fake. It's all shtick. We all wear costumes in rock and roll. Even all the grunge bands wore being grungy. It was what it was. Kiss Army General, that was me. Yes, okay. Yeah, so you were somebody. I'm confused. I'm confused myself because I'm not keeping up with it. Clutch, 2827, scene, oops. Let's see, the Jasons. You mention our name and we never go away. Guys, you gotta check out the Jasons. They're still in here watching and disturbing the peace. And that's great because they are a really cool band that I legitimately listen to and love. Jasons, if you're still in here, you gotta come to Nashville when things get more normal. I was so sad to see you were playing Tennessee and you were in, Knoxville or Memphis, was it? I don't know. I'm sure it's canceled by now. But you gotta come to Nashville. You gotta come to Nashville when things get normal again. And maybe it wouldn't really be your crowd. But maybe we could have you, maybe you could play with the Rock and Roll Residency. Those are the guys that back Gene and Ace as solo musicians now. That'd be a weird show because they bring out a lot of people when they play, but it's not like a punk rock crowd at all. I don't know, our punk scene's kind of weird here. There's not much of one, so you might as well just play with the rock and roll bands. I think you would do really well. I think the crowd would actually be really into you guys, so come to Nashville, Jasons. It'll be great. It'll be so fun. PCMO says, name the best and worst thing about the South. Let's see here. The best thing about the South. I don't know. I'm here. That's pretty great. I'm also here, so that's pretty bad. I don't know. If you've ever been to Nashville, Broadway, you know what the worst thing about Nashville specifically is, and it's all the bachelorette parties and all the woo girls, and you just want to see them fall on their face and hurt themselves. That's definitely one of the worst. One of the best, though, is that there's always, things happening around town here. I don't know about all over the South, but in Nashville, there's always crazy things happening that you don't expect to happen, like seeing Alice Cooper play a secret set at a venue to 400 people. That's happened twice here in the last couple of years. I was at one of them. It was amazing, and one of them I got in as it was kind of happening. So there's always cool stuff like that happening. I saw Robin Zander in a tiny little venue with the Rock and Roll Residency. The Residency helps a lot with a lot of these things. There's a lot of cool stuff always in Nashville specifically, and that's one of the best things. That's definitely one of the best parts of it all. And let's see here. Where am I on the chat here? Kiss Army General. I freaking love Stryper. I saw them last year, and they were amazing. Yeah, I saw them a couple years ago myself. They were playing To Hell with the Devil in its entirety. They had this like history video beforehand, and I think they covered Shout It Out Loud at one point in that show even too. And it was really weird though, the venue they played. They played at this place, Marathon Music Works. It's an amazing venue. It holds like 2,000 people, so not too big, but not too small. But what was weird is I guess they knew it was going to be an older crowd, and normally it's just all general admission standing in there, and they had like tables in parts of the venue. That was weird. And there were people like setting and getting mad around the stage. It was odd. It was awkward. I don't know what the tables were there for, really, outside of it being an older crowd. But that's the thing that happened. But Striper's great. Striper still sound great. Let's see. The Jasons. We're in. Okay, they're in for the Striper convention. Let's do this. Let's find someone with the power to put a Striper convention. But let's just have Night Savers open for you guys, the Jasons, and then we'll have Striper headline. That seems good too. The Striper would never do that, but we can always hope, right? Let's see here. PCMO. Can you believe Jethro Tull beat Metallica for a metal category at the Grammys? Yeah, I mean that's the thing that happened a long time ago, so I can believe it. But, you know, who else was in that category? Dude, does anybody remember? I can't remember who else was in it. That's what would really... Because everyone always picks out Metallica. But, you know, maybe like, I don't know, for that time period, maybe Anthrax was in there. That's more of a slap in the face to me than Metallica would be. But, you know, they're never going to get a Grammy. I don't know. Maybe they've gotten one before. I'm sure they've been nominated in recent years. It seems like the Grammys always nominate for the metal category, just like whatever classic band put out an album that year. So it happens, you know. Let's see. The Jasons. We're coming to Nashville to find Vinnie Vincent. Yes. Good luck. Good luck finding him. Vinnie Vincent, he town is the thing. You don't find him because he doesn't leave his house. He at one point, I knew where he lived. That sounds creepy. But I knew where he lived. Remember when his house went on the market and it was like really gross and trashed? That was the house that we knew about. So he didn't live there, lived in. And he might have lived there even when we went to the area to see if we could get a glimpse of Vinnie Vincent. I'll need to make a full video about that at some point. But we went Vinnie hunting, if you will. We weren't going to hurt the guy, but we confirmed that it was his house. That's the crazy part. So there's a lot of things, though. You never know what's going on. You never know where Vinny might be in Nashville, but you never see him either. That's the crazy part. But he's here. I mean, you know, all of his comeback stuff is here. Those shows he plays to like 3 people now, they're all here. So he's definitely here. Let's see. Clutch 2827 says Vinny shouldn't have any trouble social distancing. You know, it's funny because I can't remember who, but I was talking about that with somebody, and we said, you know, Vinnie Vincent's fine. He doesn't leave his house. Even though that's always raised a question to me. Nobody sees Vinnie Vincent. Nobody knows anything about Vinnie Vincent. But how does he get his groceries? You know, how does he get food for his dogs? How does he go to the doctor? I mean, I guess some of those things he can do in private, but like, does he go to Kroger? I don't know how that guy still has money at this point. But, you know, I get it now, I guess, with all these like 7 people shows for $600 a pop. But we're not here to talk about Vinnie Vincent. I try not to talk about too much on the channel now because we were going too much down that rabbit hole at one point. Let's see here. PCMO says, what is worse, Saint Anger or Metallica Lulu? Well, I never listened to Lulu, so I can't really comment on that, even though I assume it's just as bad as it sounds. Maybe I should do a review of it on the channel sometime. But I remember Saint Anger being relatively excited for it when it was, you know, coming out. And I remember the music video premiere on MTV. And, you know, that was, you know, it wasn't the same type of internet world it is now. And I remember watching the video and I remember specifically thinking something was wrong with my sound. I remember that because you guys have heard what it sounds like. The tin can, you know, it just sounds like, that's the snare drum sound on the record. And I don't know. I remember thinking something was wrong with my sound or the sound of the TV broadcast or something. I thought I was very aware but nothing was wrong. Apparently, I mean, something was very wrong, but nothing was wrong the way that they said it was wrong. Let's see here. The Jasons, are you into thrash metal? Yes. How do you feel about Toxic? You know, I've heard that name. I don't know them though. I don't know them. I like thrash metal, but I gotta take it kind of in like smaller doses because it can have a tendency to kind of blur together a little bit. Aren't they kind of one of those like throwback bands though, like Municipal Waste or like Toxic Holocaust, like that? I'm down to check it out. Those bands are usually really fun. Some of those bands though, I think have a tendency sometimes to not have the hooks that they need, like Havoc, for example. Like there's kind of some riffs there, but they don't really have the hooks, you know, because in classic thrash there were always hooks, and you know, a weird pop music situation kind of going on with it. And even with those bands I just mentioned, like Municipal Waste, there's hooks, there's things to remember, but I haven't heard Toxic, so do they fall into that category? I would love to know. Tell me. I'll look them up after this. I will, because if you guys recommend it, I'll definitely check it out. Let's see here. Hey, it's All For You Demon is here. What's up, man? Let's see. He says, yes, please do a video on that. That would be awesome. I don't know what I was talking about at this point, but I'm glad that It's All For You Demon is here. Hey, how's it going, Rick? For You Demon's channel. You should go do that after this, or open it in a new window or something. Give him a sub. Give him a like. Check him out. He just put up a video where he tears up an expensive old Kiss poster. If that type of stuff infuriates you, go to his video. And if that kind of stuff, you know, makes you laugh because it's not your poster, you can also check out his video on that. Oh, that went down the wrong way. All right. So, yeah, It's All For You Demons here, though. That's great. Let's see. PCMO. Vinny is transgendered and named Angel. Okay. I'm going to be real with you guys. I met Vinny Vincent. I met him in Atlanta. And, you know, that was his big coming out. And we talk about this all the time. This has been talked about in excess. The whole transgender thing, ever. It's fine. It's fine. It's 2020, guys. We got to get over it. If he's named Angel, that's fine. But I don't know. I didn't really sense that. The biggest things I sensed was that he was still stuck in like 1985. And that's why he's still wearing the boots, still had the makeup, still had the posture, still had the pantsuit. A little bit suspect. But other than that, you know, there were jokes, though, the whole weekend. A lot of these people that were nice about him in social media posts, things like that, I don't know. There were a lot of jokes about it that weekend, but everybody also paid a lot of money to be there, myself included, so it was cool to meet him there. But, you know, if that's what he's doing, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine if that's what he's doing. Let's see. Kiss Army General, you should check out Electraz, the band. I'm saying that right at all. But they're amazing, apparently. What kind of music are they? I'm probably not saying that right, but what type of music are they? I would love to know. It's All For You Demon. Vinny House Hunting Metallica review. Should I do them together? I go find Vinny's old house and do a Metallica review in front of it. Oh boy. That would be... I wonder if that would be creepy. I could probably find that address again. I could probably get that address again. I don't know. Would that be creepy? That would be creepy, right? But I don't know. I could just tell you guys the tell of it. Nonetheless, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to know that Vinny was in town when we hadn't seen him for so long, and it was a weird thing. You know, when he was coming out too, I remember because we were at the Kiss Expo. My friend and I, my friend Buddy, who has a channel on here, Star Trek podcast thing. It's really cool. Check it out. I'm probably not saying it right, but anyways, we were there. And, you know, they did kind of the VIP thing the Friday of it, and then Saturday was when everybody was supposed to see him. And the videos and the photos were already out. And both of us were saying, we don't know if we want to see it. We were so excited to see what happened. And then we looked at it, and we were both kind of... Our reactions were just kind of, oh. That was the reaction. There wasn't a huge reaction. It was just like, oh. You know, it was a little shocking, sure, but... And that was when Cassis Morris did the video. I think he was the first one to do a video reacting to it. And man, he got so many views. Like, I hated that kid for that at the time because, you know, that was when I was doing really good numbers on the Vinny videos and they were really fun to do. And I couldn't do my video until I got back to Nashville. And the fact that he was, you know, hanging out in Canada and he could just do the video, he got so many views on that. You know, that's amazing. Good job, Cassis. I think I'm saying your name right. Yeah, I think I am. Love your podcast. I don't know, how can I not remember your name? It's I've been doing this for a while. It's hard to talk for an hour and a half straight. We've been going an hour and a half at this, guys. I'm not sure how much longer we'll go, but there's still a decent amount of you in here, so maybe we'll keep going a little while. Here's the funny thing on the studio page, the thing that I'm supposed to look at for this live feed to go out. It froze up earlier, like the amount of views, and earlier when like a lot of chats were coming in, I was very confused because it said 2 people were viewing and I had 1 like. And obviously there's more than that because you guys can see the numbers here too. It's like we have 12 people right now, which is pretty good when we have 12 likes. Hey, more people like the video. Give it a thumbs up. That'll be helpful. But nonetheless, that's kind of a side note that the if you ever freezes, bring up a actual view of it and you'll see that it looks a little bit different. Let's see here. The Jason said, so we're talking about Toxic, I believe. They did 2 records in the mid-late 80s. Okay, so they're actually one of the older bands. Super high vocals. All right. Are we talking Nitro levels? Guitar, amazing guitar work. Okay, we might be talking about... Are we sure we aren't talking about Nitro? Definitely worth checking out. Best thrash logo of all time. Let's see here. Ed Rupka album art. You know, you say it's the best album or the best logo of all time. Let's look that up real quick. I don't even think I did not spell their name right. Let's look up the logo for Toxics. Or Toxic band logo. If I had it set up easily to share my screen with you guys, I would do it. Ooh, that is a good logo for Toxic. Ooh, and these guys look great. Oh, that album cover. I think that's an album cover. That looks awesome. These guys up after this. This looks great. They're still active, according to this website, even though they broke up and reformed a couple times. Oh, that cover for World Circus. I've seen that cover. I remember I saw that cover because my friends and I joked about it looking like a juggalo that got mad and decided to form a thrash band. And then, this cover, that's great too. Their album cover, amazing. Wow. Except for this one, 3 Works. That one's not as cool as the other ones. But, okay, I'm going to check out Toxic. I'm going to keep that on the side. Look at it later because the Jasons are steering me in the right direction for sure. Let's see here. PCMO. Any love for Canadian metal? Exciter, Anvil, and others. Okay, so Exciter, I like them, but I'm not as familiar with them as I should be. I know that. I think I have 1 or 2 of their records. And Exciter's cool. They're a cool metal band. Anvil, I love the documentary, as we all do. I love it. So entertaining. Gotta love Lips. Gotta love the endurance of those guys. But, you know, I try to get into the music. And a lot of the classics like Metal on Metal and all that kind of stuff. And don't hate me for this. Don't hate me for this if you like the band since you brought them up. But I kind of got why they were never big when I listened to it. Because they weren't bad by any stretch of the imagination. Don't get me wrong. They weren't bad. But they just weren't that good. They were kind of forgettable. You know, in the grand scheme of things. They weren't Megadeth. It's been an hour and a half that I've been drinking this. I need to get this done. Alright, it's done. Now to move on to the next beer, it's going to be kind of lukewarm since it's been setting here. I need to get that a little cooler. What we're moving on to now is Height. Korean beer. We went from very American beer to Korean beer. But back to the subject of Canada. Canada! One of my favorite bands is from Canada, though, Danko Jones. Hopefully you're a fan of Danko Jones out there. All of you, if you don't like Danko Jones, what's wrong with you? Danko Jones is right in your wheelhouse if you like Kiss and Motley Crue and all that. Danko Jones is a band kind of like Bon Jovi in the fact that Bon Jovi is fronted by John Bon Jovi. That's the only way they're really similar. And Danko Jones is fronted by Danko Jones. So they don't call it Jones, because why would you call a band that? But they're called Danko Jones, but the singer slash guitarist slash principal songwriter is Danko Jones. He has one of the best Twitter accounts you will ever find. He has a podcast that's really cool as well. He's a huge Kiss fan. He has a very interesting video about Peter Criss and his theory behind Peter Criss that you can find on the Danko Jones YouTube channel. So I love Danko Jones. All of you guys should check out Danko Jones. Amazing. Some of the best rock and roll ever. You know, love Danko Jones. Let's see here. So that's what I think of Canada. Kiss Army General. There's a really good band so that was the band earlier I couldn't say that he recommended. They're a really good band that are AOR slash hard rock kind of band who went unnoticed throughout the 80s. I can't read at all. Cool. Let's see here. So I'll have to check them out because Clutch 2827 right below that is saying, come on, Kimchi! Alec Hart's Like the Prison, Steve Vai, God Blessed Video is the only song I know because... Alcatraz! Oh, I'm an idiot. This is why live streaming sucks compared to making videos. Alcatraz. Oh, you guys, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I swear, this is literally my second beer in an hour and a half. It's not that. I'm so dumb. Alcatraz. I don't know why. Is that spelled with those Z's at the end, like in the normal spelling of it? I don't know, but maybe that's like an '80s thing. But are you saying that Steve Vai was in the band Clutch? But nonetheless, God Blessed Video is the only song I know because I recorded a Night Flight. Okay. Was Steve Vai in the band? Are you asking if I like Steve Vai? Steve Vai's cool. I'm not as big into those instrumental guys, honestly. Kind of, I don't know, those guitar guys. Like, I like some of that stuff. Like I went to go see Nita Strauss from Alice Cooper's band, though, and it was wonderful. I got to meet her afterwards, which was really cool. Really nice girl. But I remember the whole time just thinking, man, I wish these had more words to them. But nonetheless, Alcatraz, I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys. Reading and spelling, it's not my foray, I can't speak. I'm not good with words. Let's see here. So Kiss Army Zero says, maybe I misspelled their name, Alcatraz. Clutch 2827. You recorded the video. Awesome. I just recently became a fan. And I think they're fantastic. Okay, I'll look up Alcatraz and report back to you guys. Clutch 2827 says, I have it on VHS tapes somewhere. VHS tapes. It's how weird is it that those things are kind of having a comeback? I remember when they went away the first time. And there were people saying, these will have a comeback. And I said they were wrong. The only VHS tapes I got rid of, or that I kept, got rid of everything. The only ones that I kept were the Kiss ones. I kept the Kiss ones, which maybe I'll do a video on those sometime. And here we are all these years later. I kept a few anime ones as well. And they're kind of having a resurgence. And I've bought a few anime ones recently. I don't even have a VCR. I just think they look cool. If I can get them cheap at like secondhand store or record store or something, I'll pick them up if the artwork's cool. But what a weird time we live in that VHS tapes are coming back. I say this as I'm using the CRT TV thing as like my backdrop here to make it look like I'm in a little TV. But nonetheless, what a weird time we live in that VHS tapes are having to come back when you have streaming and Blu-rays and everything else. What a weird time. Let's see. Clutch 2827. I have it on VHS tape somewhere. Perfect. Let's see. It's All For You Demon says, Black Cat is a great album. And his Three's Company podcast is classic. Yes. 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 Everything. Dinko. Okay. Hey, look at that. In My Head is here. Brant's in here from In My Head channel. He's saying, hi. Hiya, Chris. Hey, what's up, Brant? How you doing? You're here. You're late. I hope you're drinking, though. You usually drink beers on yours. I'm drinking Height. I think I drank Height in one of your videos as well. If you guys are unaware, In My Head is in the house, I guess. That sounds... In My Head is here, and that's a really cool channel you should check out. Open it up in another window, hit that subscribe button or something along those lines. Do a really cool series on there, Theos. I'm in a couple of those, and I'm in an upcoming one. How cool is that? I'm going to be in the one for Monster that'll come out at some point soon. Very soon, I'm thinking, because we already filmed it. But yeah, great stuff on there. The Kiss records are pretty much done, so you have an entire Kiss discography you can go through on there with the Panel Has Spoken videos where there's a detailed discussion of every track on the record, and they rank them, and they use the audience participation as well. And on the channel, they're about to start getting into the Kiss solo records as well as a lot of 80s stuff. Motley Crue, Twisted Sister, Rat, Dawkins, stuff like that. So get on it and check out In My Head. Great channel. Good to see you here, Brant. PCMO. Danko Jones! Hold on, say it louder. Danko Jones! Because it's all caps. Still huge in Toronto. Whatever happened to Wolfmother? What did happen to Wolfmother? I forgot about them. I think it's the whole world. That's what happened to them. Everybody forgot about them because Wolfmother were great. Obviously... They sound a bit Zeppelin-y, but I mean, they weren't too Greta Van Fleet-y in that regard. I mean, they sounded like their own thing. And Wolfmother were fun. They were good and talented guys. What did happen to them? But Danko Jones, everything about Danko is great. I'm glad to see that we all like Danko Jones here. Clutch 2827, Steve Vai was in Alcatraz. Okay. The prison has one less Z. Okay. So, I don't know. I was right saying it was spelled differently. At least I was right there. So, yeah. Let's see here. Kiss Army General. Steve Vai was in the band, and he took the took the place of a man named Yingwei Malmsteen. Yingwei Malmsteen. Everybody says his name differently. I need to meet Yingwei one day, Yingwei, whatever, however you say his name, and say, how do you say your name? People got so mad that I said Glenn Danzig's name as Danzig in a review video. Danzig, all these things. You know, it doesn't matter. Everybody says things differently, and nobody's wrong necessarily as long as you don't say the word 2 as 3 or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good. It's all good. There's inflection and accents, and I find that to be a beautiful thing in the world. Let's see here. PCMO. Goodbye, Kimchi. See you later. See you later, CMO. See you in Canada. I'm guessing maybe you're in Canada since you were asking about that a lot. See you later. Let's see here. In my head, Brent says, Monster will be out tomorrow. All right, guys. All right, guys. If you're watching this live, which is most of you. Most people don't go back and watch the live streams after the fact. But tomorrow on the In My Head channel, check it out. There's going to be a very in-depth review and analysis of the album Monster by Kiss. And it stars me and Brant. We're the two people in it. So go check it out. It was really fun to film it. It's a little shorter than some of the ones I've done with him since there's only 2 of us in it. So it makes it a little easier to consume, which is wonderful. So I'm really excited that that's coming out tomorrow. And all of the panel have spoken videos are really good time. You know, they're really fun, and you guys should check them out for sure. And I know sometimes Brent even looks for panelists. So if you want to be in a video, get at him. He might not accept you. Yeah, you gotta be cool. You gotta be as cool as me in the video, or as cool as Rick. It's all for you, Demon. He's in here too. I know. But there's always cool people on those, and it's always really fun. Let's see here. Gregman05. Hey, have I seen you? Have you been in the chat tonight, Greg? I see you on my videos all the time, but I haven't seen you in the chat. Have another beer, Chris. Well, this isn't another beer necessarily, but I'll have another drink for you. For you. It's funny because with what my tradition has been for the last couple of weeks on Friday nights, because I'm trying to keep some semblance of like a schedule. It's hard to do when you're not leaving the house for 2 months. But what I've been doing on Friday nights to kind of separate them is playing a lot of video games, which I'm doing every other day. But later in the night, and I'll have to check it out, I'm sure they're doing it tonight, on Pluto TV. Have you guys ever heard of Pluto? It's kind of like an app you can download on your PS4. I'm assuming a smart TV as well. You can go to their website as well. And it's kind of like a free cable service. A bunch of channels on there that show things like TV stations. But it's free, and they're all very specific. So there's like one that shows cops 24/7. There's MTV ones. There's one that shows tokusatsu shows like Kamen Rider and Sentai. And the MTV one every Friday night shows a marathon of Beavis and Butthead, usually starting around 10:30 or 11 Central Time. So that should be coming up, you know, about an hour and a half, 2 hours from now. Then they show it. I don't know when it stops because I usually, you know, pass out at some point between 2, 3, 4, something in the morning. But they show them all night, Beavis and Butthead all night. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I always like record little clips and share it in my story on there. So that's what I've been doing every Friday night. So that's what I'll be doing a little bit later. I'm not going to end the stream just to go watch Beavis and Butthead, but obviously we're not going to keep this stream going another like 3 hours or anything. That would be insane. There's one person I follow, Game Explain, on here. He was going to be doing a 12-hour stream today for Xenogears Definitive Edition. 12-hour stream. I think he failed at the 12-hour, doing the full 12 hours. But I think he did like 8 hours. That's insane. Insane to be streaming a game that long. But when this is done tonight, if you're bored, download the Pluto app and you can watch the Beavis and Butthead all night. I guarantee you it's going to be happening. I say that and watch it not happen now. They also show a lot of that like Rob and Big Show on there. Watch them show that instead. That would be so disappointing. Let's see. What is Greg here? I just read that. Kiss Army General. I just sent you 2 videos of Alcatraz. Sorry to talk about them so much. I just really feel like you'd like them. Watch me hear them and hate them. That'd be pretty funny. It'd be the ultimate trolling from you guys. I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start going into streamers' chats and telling them they love something, and when I know it's something they're going to hate, and then they'll feel awkward to tell me that it sucks. That's what I'm going to start doing. Let's see there. Greg says, just got here. Rock on. You know, it is getting later in the night, and we aren't going to keep this stream going up a whole lot longer just because it's fun, and I hope you guys are having a good time. But we've been going a while. We're close. We are not that far away from the 2-hour mark, and that's insane. That's insane that we've made it almost that long. The first one was just under 2 hours. Should we break 2 hours? Should we go over 2 hours? It's up to you guys. It's not going to be that hard to go over 2 hours at this point because we are already Where is the timer on this thing? We are already at the 1 hour and 51 minute mark. It'll be, actually, this thing has a little bit of a delay, so it's really like the 1 hour and 52 minute mark, something like that. But nonetheless, maybe, actually, no, since we've been going live, it's been 1 hour and 43 minutes. I forgot that this thing starts counting before you go live, because you kind of set things up early on in the Streamlabs little machine here. But nonetheless, should we go over 2 hours? Should we go over 2 hours? I'm going to try, as long as there's some people here, which there's still some people watching. We actually have more viewers right now than we did at the hour mark, so that's impressive. So what do you guys want to know about from me? I need some more questions, since I didn't really plan anything out. I didn't plan anything out, so I definitely need some more questions from you guys. We're going to keep this going a little bit longer. Have you guys had a good Friday night? Hanging out with me? Should I do this? Here's a question for you guys. Should this maybe start to become a Friday night tradition? Because this one has went a little bit better as far as numbers and participation than the first one I did. That was a month and a half ago, and that was on a Wednesday. And I did it a weekend because I wanted to see how a weekend did to a weekday. But since then, I've also gotten a lot more subscribers, so it's kind of hard to compare the two. I really think I might start streaming like maybe twice a week even. Maybe. I'm not going to promise you that, because I am starting up my Twitch channel soon. I'm going to bombard you guys with my Twitch channel. And if you even remotely like me and think that I might be able to get you into video games, you're going to need to check it out. It's going to be fun. I might be starting it very soon. I don't want to say how soon in case it doesn't happen. I have one final component I really need to work on to get that Twitch channel up and going and knowing that it can function. But I'm going to work on that the next couple of days. And it'll be cool. And one thing I'm going to be doing with that is that we're kind of rebranding image-wise across that. The Anime Was a Mistake channel and this one. I have some new artwork coming soon for the channel for like my my little icon, my little me. You see the little cartoon me somewhere on here, right? It's below actually. But there's going to be a new little cartoon me that's going to match these other little cartoons. It's going to be great. The Kimchi Empire is just, it's getting built up. There's so much coming down the pipeline, and I'm so excited. Let's see here. In my head, how shocked were you about Bob Kulik? I found out late today. You know, we talked about that earlier. That was kind of one of the first things we tackled tonight. And I'm going to do a full video on it, of course, but I'll fill you in a little bit. I was surprised, honestly. I mean, the weirdest thing to me is that I have met the guy, and when it's somebody that you've met, and, you know, when I met him, it wasn't like a quick experience. Like, he was at his table at the Indianapolis Kiss Expo, and I specifically picked a time that there wasn't a big line because I like to spend a little more time with these people. And so I didn't get quickly ushered through, so I spent a little bit of time with him, and just knowing that he's gone now, it's just, it's sad, you know. I made that video, you know, last year when he went on his little tirades, and some people think I didn't, you know, some people at the time, they thought that I didn't like him. Even though in that video I still praise him, I just said it's unfortunate some of the things he did then. And I still feel that, but I really hope he found some peace with himself and with Bruce and all that, because it's really sad. It's really sad. Let's see, in my head, Friday night chats are fun. Yeah, I think so too, especially when we can't leave the house. You know, a lot of these things I'm talking about too, I don't know if they'll stay the way they are for all these streams and stuff when things get normal. That being said, things aren't going to be normal for a while, so, you know, one of those. I think we still have a long road ahead before things get normal. So cultivating this community even further, I think, is a really good thing, because you guys are a great community. I mean, there's a small scene of Kiss YouTubers here, and I feel there's the Kiss podcasters are kind of in one camp, and then the Kiss YouTubers are in a different one. And a lot of the YouTubers are starting to kind of get together and kind of build this scene and this brand. And started, of course, you know, the first really prevalent, you know, YouTuber to cover Kiss stuff quite frequently was Ralph Vieira, of course. And I remember he was one of the ones I found that I was like, oh, there's a lot of videos about Kiss, because I was already throwing the idea around. He helped me get the idea that I could do it, but the idea was already there. And then, of course, I eventually found, like, In My Head and It's All For You Demon, and, you know, just all these channels. There's so many channels out there, you know, and they're popping up all the time. You have new ones like, you know, you have Emily Graziano's channel and things like that. So it's really cool. It's really great that there's just so many Kiss YouTubers out there. So many YouTubers out there. So we're building the scene, and if we build this scene and build this community, they will come, because there's a lot of Kiss fans out there. And right now, we can't go see the band. So we might as well build this community a little bit more. Let's see here. Clutch2827 says, you play guitar, right? What was the first... Ooh. I don't remember what the first song I learned was. Is that sad? It might have been like something like Blitzkrieg Bop. I mean, I always say Ramones should be introduced to early guitar players if they like the Ramones, because you can learn Ramones songs and it's kind of like you're playing real music. It's just really easy. So it's probably a Ramones song. First Kiss song I learned to play, I think, was Parasite, maybe? Still can't really play the solo, but I can play the rhythm of that whole song. So that's cool. Even the little kind of breakdown, not the solo part, but the breakdown part after the drums, where Paul's doing kind of a different riff. That riff's fun to play. Haven't done that in a while. At some point, maybe I'll play some songs on a stream sometime. I can't really sing super well. So I always use mic tricks, and I don't really know how to do tricks on this mic yet. So we'll see. Maybe I'll just like write a song for you guys on stream, live on stream. Maybe I'll write a song for you guys. How would that be? You guys could give me ideas. I could write you a song. That would be... I've done that before. Several times at live shows. Sometimes it goes really well. Sometimes it goes really poorly. But I can improv a song like crazy. And I think that there's some stuff coming up that my band Night Sabers is going to be involved in as far as with the live stream community and stuff. And I'll let you guys know about that. Because it's going to be fun. I haven't done a lot of Night Saber stuff in a while. I haven't really been in that groove or that mindset. And funny enough, we were supposed to be working on Night Saber stuff hardcore right now. But again, the world changed, and we're here streaming on YouTube. Which is fine, but still. PCMO. I thought you said you were leaving, but here you are. Play a Sega Genesis game called Crew Ball. Okay? It's a monthly crew pinball. Yes, Motley Crue. Motley Crue is what you're saying. Okay. You said monthly. That's what you spelled. But there's no way that's a Sega Genesis game. I've never heard of that, and I love video games, and I love Motley Crue. Motley Crue Pinball Sega Genesis. I'm looking it up right now. Crew Ball. There it is. Oh, my God. You are not wrong. Is it on, yeah, it's on Genesis. You guys, there's a Motley Crue Genesis pinball game. What? Wow, okay. That would be a fun... I could play that on this channel. Honestly, that'd be a thing that would be worth streaming on here even. Wow. I'm going to have to look that up, guys. I'm going to have to look into that. Look into the Motley Crue pinball game. There's a Kiss pinball game. That was on PlayStation 1. What was cool about it is you could take your CD out of the PS1 and it would still play somehow. And you could put a music CD in there. I think the idea was that it encouraged you to play Kiss music, but you put anything in there. So you play Slayer while playing Kiss pinball. Wow, though. Did it ever come out in America? Did it come out in America? It says that it did. I've literally never heard of this. I've never heard of Crew Ball. Is it expensive to get the cartridge? Talk about my two worlds of collectability going together. I love collecting video games, rock and roll merchandise. How have I never heard of this? This is just you have thrown me off so much. Wow. It's not that expensive on eBay. I don't even own a Sega Genesis right now, but I might buy it. I don't know. Wow. Messed up my world there. Wow. What a thing. Let's see here. I met Bruce after a Grand Funk gig. That's awesome, man. Bruce is so nice. He's so nice. I remember the first time I met him, I didn't think he was mean, but I think he was kind of busy when I met him, and he didn't have attention to me. I just think he was busy, though, because he was kind of talking to some other people, even though he was at his booth at the Indie Expo. I didn't, chase him down in the hall. And it was fine. It was just kind of an underwhelming experience, if anything. But then I met him the next year at the Indie Expo. That would have been last year. And it was kind of a more private situation. I had his table in kind of more of a private room, so it was kind of more one-on-one. And he was super cool. The book that I had him sign, it was a Crazy Nights guitar tab book. And he said he had not seen one of those in forever. And he said he didn't think he owned one either. I ultimately opened it up and looked at it for a little bit because I thought that'd be a cool thing to have signed by him because that's his guitar tab book, essentially. And he seemed really enthralled by it and was really nice. And I got a cool picture with him, got the autographs. So yeah, Bruce is awesome. What a good guy. Always good to the fans, always good to the people. In My Head says, the next time you do a live chat hangout, I want to try and bring some people on via... Or the next time... so when he says... I'm reading this as I'm him. So next time he does a live chat hangout, he wants to bring some people in via Skype, audio, or video to hang out also. I did that once before, and it was fun. hey, if you want me on there, Brant, I'm down. If I'm free, and I'm probably free if it's if it's during this time, just let me know. Let me know, and I'm down for it. I might look into that myself as well on here. I talked about that earlier in the stream here. That I might try to bring some people in, be it people that I have physically visiting the house when that's a little more safe, or people I kind of bring in. I got to figure that stuff out. Obviously, I couldn't use this exact format with like the screen and everything if I had too many people here, but we can just get rid of all this too. That's the beauty of these layovers. So, nonetheless, really cool, really cool. Let's see here. What's PCMO says? Three Sides of the Coin podcast are super pretentious. You said it, not me. Moving on. We won't comment on that. I'm trying to stay nice. Man, does anyone listen? Does anyone listen? I remember hearing them talked about so much, but I don't really hear them talked about very much anymore. Let's see here. Kiss Army General. I may be 17, but I have a lot of knowledge. Well, I don't speak for him, so I'm just reading that out loud. But that's Ethan, Brant. You're Brant. You are in my head, and Ethan is Kiss Army General there. PCMO. Did you say your band is called Screensavers, like Windows? Oh, no. I got a pile of CDs down here. I'm going to show it to you. It's close, but no cigar. Night Sabers. What else do we have? We have all kinds of stuff. We have all of the merch, a lot of the merch right below me. Night Sabers. Everything is better with cats. Night Sabers. There's a business card. Night Sabers. Yeah, you should go check out this record on Spotify or Bandcamp or here on YouTube. Hey, and by the way, look closely at the album art there. You guys see someone you recognize? That's blurry as... You see who's right there in the album art? We also have Sailor Moon and cats, and we have me. Look at me. Right there. So, yeah, you definitely want to check out Night Sabers. If you want a little bit more me, there's kind of the same sense of humor. There's always some kind of story components. If you listen to Volume 1, it's kind of an adventure time. In Volume, Welcome to Saber School there, the full length, is all about going back to school and learning about things on Earth for an alien girl. And Zoe Saber is Chris Saber. And there's also, on that record, some other Sabers. So there's a lot of Sabers in the world. Saber. So, Saver, Saber, they kind of sound the same when you're doing the audio, but Saber with a B as in boy. Let's see here. I just spit on my screen. Let's see here. PCMO discovered that Puerto Rico should be a full U.S. state. Well, that's random, but sure. Why not? Why not? I'm down for making America cooler because Puerto Rico seems pretty cool, and I'm down for having them included together. Let's see here. So Clutch 2827. So is that a call out to Bubblegum Crisis? You're a smart one. You are one of the very few that gets that. That's from this line of my life. When we play anime cons, people get it. It's mostly like the old school otaku because, they know what's up. But people on this channel, they don't know that's a reference to anything. They think it's a Star Wars thing with like lightsabers, But yeah, it's definitely a reference to that. I always thought that the name Night Sabers, they spell ours in, like night. There's this night as in like, I'm going to stab you. Ours is night as in what time of day it is. But I always thought that was a cool things, and I wasn't sure why anybody didn't use it as a band title or a website title or something like that. So yes, completely a reference to that. There's no references to Bubblegum Crisis in our songs. But the next EP or the next record, I want to do a Bubblegum Crisis kind of theme song, like the music that's on the show with all the keyboards and stuff. I think it'd be really cool, and it's something that's going to happen. I hope it's going to happen at least. So you got that perfectly well. And anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about right now, Bubblegum Crisis is this classic anime from the late 80s, has a lot of cool music references about these girls in these robot suits and fight people and things blow up, and it's amazing. It's quintessential anime. It's one of the best classic anime you will ever see. Music is phenomenal. If you like 80s, like dancey pop kind of rocky stuff, you gotta check it out for the music if nothing else. Bubblegum Crisis is amazing. PCMO, dude, Gene will sue you for the album Arr! Well, here's the thing. That's probably not going to happen because it's, it's one of those things where it's never expressly said it's Ace. Plus, it's kind of hard to get in trouble for stuff like that because you can only sue for like money made off of it, and we don't make that much off of it. So if we were ever like a really big band, we could fight that if we really had to. But he's on the cover because he's mentioned in one of the songs. So you should go listen to the record and find out what song he's mentioned in. Let's see here. PCMO, can I interview you for my blog? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. You can email me. That's probably the easiest way to get to me. And I want to make sure I give you the right email address. I don't know if you're asking if you can email, if you want to interview me specifically for like this channel, or if you want to interview me for Night Sabers. I can talk about both. If you email Kimchi Chris Style, I'm so stylish, Kimchi Chris Style at gmail.com. It's also listed on my profile page on here under the contact info. Kimchi Chris Style, email me and we'll get it set up. Send me the questions or whatever it is, we'll get it set up. I'm down for an interview. What's your blog by the way? Send me that as well when you do this. I want to look at your blog. Okay, I mean it. I want to look at it. But yeah, I'm down for an interview. Let's see here. Clutch2827 says, cut my teeth on Bubblegum Crisis and Guyver. Guyver's incredible. Clutch, have you subscribed to my anime channel on here? Anime was a mistake. It is listed on my page on here. And I haven't uploaded a video in about a month. I've been lazy. But I'm kind of reworking a space to shoot in for that channel because I don't want all the Kiss crap behind me, and I don't really want to do it here either, even though this might be fine. I might just do it here. But you should check out Anime Was a Mistake. I show off all my cool Kiss, or all my cool anime stuff I pick up. We're still talking about Kiss here, but all my anime stuff, my manga stuff, my otaku culture stuff, because I did a little bit of that on the channel here early on, but it didn't do so well, so I put it out to a new channel. So check out that channel if you haven't. Guyver's awesome. Let's see. PCMO says, do you like the original Ghost in the Shell? What about Akira? I would say yes to both of those. The original Ghost in the Shell is dope. It's amazing. It's cyberpunk classic, kind of like Bubblegum Crisis. I love it. I absolutely love it. Weird fact about it, it's hard to get a good version of it on Blu-ray because one of the versions doesn't have the subtitled version on it. One of them doesn't have the dub one. It's hard to find it. And then I got this weird thing called Ghost in the Shell 2.0 that I thought version of it, but they actually kind of pulled a Star Wars and threw in all this weird computer animated stuff, and it made me mad. I still own it because that's the only version I own currently, the DVD of the original Ghost in the Shell movie, because I don't know, I think I got rid of the DVD because I thought the Blu-ray was going to be good, but the Blu-ray sucks that I got, so I should get the DVD again. But long story short, yeah, Ghost in the Shell is amazing. Akira is great. That is one of my early anime that I got into as well, because Akira they showed on TV on Saturday Anime back in the day on Sci-Fi Channel, and a heavily edited version. But what a great movie! I need to watch Akira again soon. It's mind-boggling. It looks just as good now. It's like a Miyazaki quality type of movie. Let's see. Kiss Army Journal says, "Dude," he says it like, "Dude." New Dawkins song alert just came out, like just now, like while we're talking. That's a weird time to release a song at 10 at night on a Friday. I guess they're down to party. That's what that is. I'll have to check it out. Who's in Dawkins these days? Who's in Dawkins? Is Lynch in there? I don't even know who's in Dawkins right now. I don't know. Let's see here. PCMO says, do you like wrestling? NWA Impact used Dawkins Into the Fire as a theme song. I don't really care about wrestling, sorry. But I like NWA the Rat, if that helps. I think they're great. And the Straight Outta Compton movie was great, too. So, what a great confrontational band. They have a punk rock aesthetic, despite being a hip-hop group. Yeah. I do think that Chris Jericho seems like a cool guy, though. He's kind of the Kiss guy wrestler, right? You know, I love him when he's on podcasts, like on Pod of Thunder. Pod of Thunder is a great podcast, by the way, guys. If you haven't checked it out, and you like Kiss, and you like comedy, check them out. What are you doing with your life? Pod of Thunder is great. They do these really long podcasts where they concentrate on one song and just rip it apart sometimes in good or bad ways. And they did the entire Kiss catalog. And when they ran out of that, they're doing other songs now. But it's great. You can submit songs to them. Good luck getting it through since they've had like over 2,000 submissions at this point. But Pod of Thunder is amazing. Let's see here. PCMO. Ever listen to Body Count? I love Body Count, man. Body Count Body Count, man. Body Count is amazing. Like, Ice-T is so incredible. Body Count have the best music videos ever. The video that they had for their cover of the Suicidal Tendencies song Institutionalized. If you've never seen that, go do yourself a favor. It's amazing. It's just incredible. The cover is great. The video is great. Everything about Body Count's great. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Body Count would be a band that's still around? You know, this vehicle for Ice-T to play like metal, but also kind of doing rap rock, you know, but like a good version of it as opposed to Limp Bizkit. Love Body Count. Love Body Count. Kiss Army General. No, the Dawkins song is what we're talking about. No, last night at 12 o'clock, but I just found out. It's a lost song it's lost songs that are now being released. So is it like a full record? I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Dawkins. Always got to check out Dawkins. Let's see here. Clutch 2827. Thanks for the Dawkins heads up. Looks interesting. Yeah, I think it does too. I'm going to have to check that out. PCMO. Good night, bro. Mark St. John forever. All right. See you later, Mark St. John forever. Sleep well or watch some Beavis and Butthead. Whatever you choose. Speaking of farewells, I think I might end this here soon. We're getting a little bit lower on views. We've went over 2 hours. We hit the over 2 hour mark, guys. We did it. That deserves a shot. We're going to do this together. If you got a shot, raise it now. We're going to do it together. It's going to be fun. This is Korean, but nonetheless, kanpai! I don't know if you guys saw, but some of it shot out on my shirt as I was doing that. It's great that I love live stream. Can't edit anything. All right. Let's see here. So, I think that we are getting near the end of this. But I want to let you guys know it won't be as long until we do another one. I know that it's been like a month and a half, almost 2 months since the first one, and this is the second one. And that's unforgivable. But that first one was kind of a trial run, and there were some things I didn't love about it. And this one I think went a little bit better. I guess I will watch the final product afterwards, which if you came in late us, this of course will be streamable on the page soon. It takes YouTube usually like an hour to re-upload the video, if that makes sense, but this will be available so you can see what you missed. And nonetheless, this has been really fun. I'm going to do these more often. I might try to do one next Friday. Maybe. I might try to do one on a weekday. Who knows? But Friday seems to maybe be the day to go with right now because you guys were ready. We'd have drinks together every Friday for the foreseeable future. How would that feel? When things are back to normal, I won't be able to do that because my schedule just doesn't allow for that. But maybe I could still do one. I could probably still do one like once a week. It's just it might have to be on different days depending on the day of the week. But of course, follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. And of course, we got the Twitch channel coming soon. I will let you guys know about that. I'm tentatively going to call that Kimchi Gaming. So we have Kimchi Chris here. We have Kimchi Gaming. And that'll be fun. That'll make sense. So what else is in the chat here? We have a few more. Later dude from Clutch 2827 in my head says, hey man, I am out of here as well, but be in touch with the next. Okay, so yeah, everybody's leaving. It's time to end the stream. So yeah, I think Friday nights are going to be a good time to do it. Maybe we'll just plan for it to be from 8 to 10. That seems fair. Do you guys think that's a good idea? I don't know. But I might do some more. And I might do streams like too as well with if like something happens that we all want to talk about, if something crazy happens. Which means Monday, who knows? Something might happen on Monday. I think we're getting an announcement. We're getting an announcement on Monday about the Motley Crue, Poison, Def Leppard, Joan Jett, Love Fest. Something's happening Monday with that announcement. I might do a video about it, might do a live stream. Who knows? So keep an eye on my Instagram is probably the best way to really stay in touch for these things. Twitter's really good too. And of course, the channel here. Because as you saw earlier, I learned a way to make them scheduled. So I feel good about that. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for showing up. Thank you for everyone that stuck around. We still have 10 viewers right now, which is fun. How many of you stuck out the entire stream? But I know a few of you did. Shout outs to Ethan. I know that you were here pretty much the whole time. I know Clutch was here a good amount. I don't know who else was here the whole time. It doesn't tell me those things. I'm kind of going through the chat and trying to remember, but I know that you two were. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. You're valuable to the Kimchi future. And somehow if you're watching this and you're somehow not subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's very helpful to the channel, very helpful to me, very helpful to you. And yeah, I think it's time to end things. See you guys very, very soon. And yeah, see you very soon. I'm out.